Star Wars, is it actually our real history? Okay. I'm going to convince you.
Okay.
So there's people out there who believe, I'm telling you what the world believes, you know, the real fringe.
Okay.
They believe that George Lucas is an insider and that he actually had inside information about our history, about the past, our interstellar, intergalactic history. You know, we've got pyramids on Mars, we've got faces on Mars. We're going to these other planets, and you can see in photos like that there, it seems like, if you just objectively look at these pictures, it's like, I'll show you some of the pictures. It looks like there was, I have this book, The Monuments of Mars. Okay, this is a wacky book, Josh. But it's, you know, it's a little bit interesting. Now, I'm not saying I believe everything in this book. No, but when you... I don't believe it. But when you look at these photos, and I'm showing you them on the screen now. Tell me what that is.
That's a face.
That's a face. Look at this little city in direct line with this. Look at this. Look at this pyramid here. Now, that's not just any pyramid. Here, this does not happen normally, like in the world. This is not a normal shape.
Right,
This is
sure.
an 1, 2.
Right,
This is a
something-
6-sided.
Yeah.
And it's got buttresses on each corner. There's
got
like
butts.
How can something have a pyramid flat surface on that many
Doesn't
spots?
make any
It
sense.
doesn't make any sense. And there were rivers on Mars. This is a known thing. You can see, like, I mean, NASA will tell you that this was habitable at some point. That's what they say. Habitable. But that's just the beginning of it. You know, we have these probes that went out to the different planets. Okay, and then when it went to Saturn, went to Jupiter, all these places. But when they passed by Saturn, they took, you know, Saturn has like hundreds of moons, and one Titan is actually bigger than Mercury. There's other ones that are like the size of planets. This one is a moon, and it's large, and I forget exactly what it's called, but I have it right here. Tell me that that's not the Death Star. Let me look at this thing. This has got this moon has a ridge that goes around.
Oh my word!
That goes around just like the Death Star.
And he couldn't have known. No,
he couldn't have known it. This is one of the many moons, and this moon.
Gives me goosebumps.
I got a little clip here I wanted to play of the guy kind of explaining this. It seems so wacky when you hear him.
Just play the link.
It's this dude.
Now, the Star Wars movie that came out in '77, it portrays the Death Star, and it looks just like Iapetus. It looks very similar to Mimas and Deimos, and these are these moons that orbit the outer rings of Saturn. And I'm thinking to myself, is it just a coincidence, or was there previous knowledge, and this is like a way to, I don't know, subconsciously bring it out to the masses? What's your take on that?
Interviewing him. This is the guy.
I think George Lucas is an insider. I think Star Wars is our real history. Let me repeat that. I think Star Wars is our real ancient galactic history, and everything else is fake. Everything else is made up. Everything else is just academia feeding us a line because we cannot, for all kinds of reasons, know the truth. And the reason that I think George Lucas is on the inside is because when you start comparing the data we're putting together on the solar system, the extraordinary high-tech civilization that once was here before us, the major modifications, not just of the surfaces of various planets, but the actual rearranging of planets.
Hold on. The Death Star blew up. So why would the moon be there?
I don't know. No. He's not. And if you watch, this is a long clip. It's 2 hours long. But I didn't watch the whole thing. But he very soon after this, he says, "I'm not saying that it's like literally our history, but it's like a hyperbolic, crazy story of what it was like."
Okay.
But it wasn't like that. But like they were trying to give you a little insight, much like when they know the pandemic is going to happen, they do all these shows about like if a pandemic comes, this is what's going to happen. So that's what he's saying.
I got you.
He sounds crazy until he wants to get that clip.
Before it comes out that Star Wars really was our history, they put out the movie Star Wars to prepare the masses for the reality of lightsabers and Jedi.
But yeah, exactly. He's not saying there was lightsabers and stuff, but he's saying like, yeah, sure, there was intergalactic light travel. And there was like that. That's pretty much what he's saying.
All right, cool.
Hyperspeed. So that's my conspiracy. I'm not convinced, but this guy's been saying this since the 80s. This book was written in 87.